There we go.
Okay. Hello, Wednesday Wendigos / Thursday Warriors / whatever. Doesn't really matter. I don't think it really matters.
You sound so positive, John. So positive.
I mean, I am. I mean, I think it's cool, but
Oh my.
So, today's episode we are calling Ahsoka and the Multiverse of Madness. I am not going to spoil that for anybody yet. We'll talk about the spoilers at the end of the show because we're going to talk comics. But first, I have a lot of cool shit to talk about. First, reminder: this Saturday, the Waterfront's anniversary sale, which means 10% off a lot of stuff and half off dollar books. Back issues, wall case books, toys, gaming, graphic novels, manga, and statues.
And you get to give Chip a big hug.
No, please don't do that. No.
Know how much he loves human contact.
Also at the Waterfront at the end of the month, I believe it's actually on the 30th or 31st. Ethan Sachs will be there. He is the writer of Haunted Girl. He's also done Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Did a couple other books, but it's not loading the information that I actually want, so I can't tell you. The Secret Warehouse sale, though, is the following weekend. While Justin and I are in New York, Todd will be fending for himself at the Todd Lair in Elwood. It's like close to 400,000 books, $1 a piece. Most of it's semi-sorted. Definitely check it out. $300 for a box plus tax. Building is not temperature controlled, so please make sure that you check that out. Also, that is kind of not in our normal wheelhouse of things, but still cool. Oh, don't forget Fear Fest. Sorry, Fear Fest. Fear Fest is the 21st of October in the warehouse from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. If you're a vendor of oddities and weird stuff, please apply at our website to get your booth. It's usually a good time. Like one time we had like a fire-breathing midget. One time we had someone who sold like animal fetuses.
You use the correct verbiage, John. It's short person. You can't call them midgets.
Oh, sorry, not midget. Sorry, my bad. Dwarf. It's actually dwarf. Dwarf is dwarf. Dwarf it is. Sorry, fire-breathing dwarf. My bad. I was always, whenever you talk about sideshows, you always think about midget is the word, and I'm sorry for using that. I hope I didn't offend anybody. My bad.
Just covering our bases here.
The warehouse is, but we're also going to open the dollar room in the warehouse that day, all day, starting at noon. So from noon till 1 or noon till 11 p.m., you'll be able to shop all day long. That's your last chance of the year, so make sure you check that out. Yeah, that's pretty much
what
we got coming up.
Would like to thank the Hall of Fame CityCon.
Oh yeah.
So it was very busy.
Yeah.
We weren't necessarily busy, but the con itself was busy. Yes.
There were a lot of lookers. There were a lot of people. There were a lot of people there, which was good.
Yes. But
not everybody came for
books.
Comics or for the comics that we had.
Yes. That's true.
That's kind of the name of the game. Sometimes you don't bring the right stuff. And
that's true.
Sometimes the wrong people walk in the door. So
but it was an excellent show.
Oh,
vendor, everybody was super nice. Hotel was nice. The whole 9 yards. It was a nice little one-day show.
Yep. Also, I'd like to thank Pittsburgh Retro Gaming. I went out there on Sunday. That was awesome. Alex and his team put on a great show. I got to play some games that I haven't played since college, which was awesome. I also got to walk around in my Star Trek Lower Decks uniform and take my phaser rifle and play duck hunt with it. I also shot at the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which was awesome. So it was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I had something else. Shit, I cannot remember what it was or what it is, but I'm going to pick up my guitar tomorrow in Baltimore.
There you go.
So everybody gets to see it next week. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, that's what it is. So next week, I don't know if we're gonna do a show.
Yes, because we won't know if we'll have Wi-Fi. It's not necessarily the computer issue, because you and me can like kind of share the laptop and it wouldn't be an issue. It's we don't know what the Wi-Fi situation will be like in New York, because I don't think we'll be the only ones broadcasting from the area.
Yeah,
who knows? We might get like a huge boost, but
also the week after that, we're going to be doing it in the morning because I have to go to Virginia to pick up a lot of shit. So yeah, just so you guys know, it's going to be 2 weeks of weird after this one. So, but that's okay. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. So, well, anyway. By the time we get back to normal time, we'll have what? There's a ton of announcements now that the writer strike is over.
Yeah.
And the I think the actors is also over. I think they just came. It's still going on. Okay. I know that they were working on it. I know they're still doing negotiations. So, so everything's back up and running again. So we're going to hear about the shows and the series that everybody's working on and this, that, and the other.
Loki starts next week, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and Ahsoka ended this week, so
let's talk comics so we can talk Ahsoka, because we're on a time crunch today, guys. I have a meeting after this, and I need at least 10 minutes to pee and grab something to eat, like clear my head. Anyway, refocus on what I'm doing. All right, my first book, the long-awaited return, Transformers 1, by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. Mike Spicer literally just colored it. Everything else is Daniel Warren Johnson. Well, the lettering is not. The lettering is Russ Wooten. So, yeah, this book is so good. For anyone who loves Gen 1 Transformers, this book is going to be amazing, because it is pretty much Spike and this other girl like go exploring because Spike's dad's a drunk, and they end up in the Ark. The Ark has where all the Transformers are. Jetfire turns on Teletran 1, which then starts rebuilding people, because that's what Teletran 1 does. And Jetfire's it's been like almost 1,000 years since he's gotten to find them, which this is where he got there from Void Rivals. So pay attention to the stuff. So the first one to be rebuilt is Starscream. Starscream blows a hole in Bumblebee's face. Him and Jetfire have a fight. Optimus Prime wakes up. Optimus Prime and Starscream have a big fight. Ratchet gets up, and so does Skywarp. Everybody starts fighting. Soundwave shows up, like he gets put back together. They toss all the Autobots in the back of the trailer of Optimus Prime, and Like it's mostly a fight scene between big robots, and then they're like, "What are these little creatures?" So they save the humans, drive out of Teletran or out of the Ark. Um, Jetfire blows up Teletran 1 so that no more Transformers can be made with Teletran 1. But that doesn't mean that everybody else is going to help. There's a really good scene, or then the Decepticons are trying to find Energon so that they can keep building their people. And the one with the most Energon in his reserves is Starscream. So Starscream goes to an oil rig, which is where Spike's dad is working. And the last page is just fucking awesome. That's all I'm going to tell you. You should go check it out yourself. There's a really cool letter from Daniel Warren Johnson in there that talks about why he loves Transformers the way he does. There are covers for all kinds of awesome stuff, both G.I. Joe and more Transformers stuff. I'm giving this book the biggest bowl of the sweetest cereal I can think of. Frosted Flakes with chocolate milk in it. And that's it. Like but it's a big fucking bowl. It's like the bowl that you can fit the whole box in, right? Because this is like my Saturday morning growing up vibe, like all over the place. And I am in love with it. It is so good. All right. Your first book.
All right. Well, this is my first kind of realm in the Marvel like cosmic magical universe. I'm more familiar with DC than I am with Marvel stuff other than Doctor Strange. But this is like an intro to new characters, new concepts. Hickman is literally rewriting all of this. So it starts out this individual that's on the cover is talking to Doctor Strange and asking, well, are you good? Are you bad? And then it does there's a lot of flashbacks in this. So there's a flashback from 10 years ago, and what's his name here? Well, his name's not even mentioned until halfway through the book. But you find out his name's Win. He is accompanied by a kid named Dimitri. Apparently they are emissaries from the avatar of the powers that be, which I guess is a new concept that Hickman is using for they represent fate and eternity and all that crew. I guess these are their secondary in command or whatever, their representation. We're not really sure yet who these guys are, but they end up investigating this party that ends up with these interdimensional beings that used people who have magical abilities to feed off of. That's not what they had a problem with. The problem was that they brought a demon into the Earth realm, I guess, if we're going to go that route. Apparently this demon's very Cthulhu-esque. It's a lot of brand new concepts. So I guess if you've never been into it like me, this is a good starting point of you don't know what's quite going on, but it's explained well throughout the book, who they represent, how powerful they are. So they deal with this demon. They go to this bar where this beautiful white-haired late woman whose name is Ako. And I guess her and Win are married. But apparently it's like a Romeo and Juliet type thing where she's on the natural order of things, which is like they are the yin to yang of the powers that be. So he doesn't want to get divorced. She's like, I know, but she's like, I do love you, but she's like, this has to happen. So she ends up like manifesting a gun and shoots him right in the head.
Wow.
So then it flashes back to present. And they're in front of Doctor Strange's place. They're greeted by Wong. And
Wong.
But comic Wong, not MCU Wong. But they go into Sanctum and they're transported into I forget what there was, the forest of something or other. I didn't write it down. I probably should have, but it's like the who's who of cosmic magical beings in Marvel. You see Doctor Doom, you see Doctor Strange, you see Mr. Fantastic's there because he's genius. Black Panther's there, T'Challa's there. Like it's like the who's who of everybody meeting, and they're talking about a Babylon event. And apparently this event is very, end of days type deal. Of course, this event happens. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but I'll leave that to you. But they ultimately win. But it goes back to the conversation where Stephen Strange is like, well, are you good or are you bad? And apparently Win is like 1,000 years old. So he's like, I've seen it all. He's like, I've seen good, I've seen bad. He reminds me of a combo of Doctor Strange and John Constantine. He has that he's that very street level guy with the attitude. I almost want him to have an English accent, but I don't think he does. I think he's just kind of an American, American. So, it's a shame because I could think of John Constantine going, bugger off and shit like that. He has the same attitude. That's what I'm picking up from this book. I'm going to give this like a solid 2 scrambled eggs, 2 reasonably well made baked pieces of bacon, and 2 slices of toast. Like, this is a solid book. It's an interesting beginning for this series. I'm probably not going to buy this, but I'm going to read these just to see where this goes. Because with Hickman, you just don't know. But if he's bringing in all these new concepts, I think it's something to get sink your teeth into a little bit.
All right. Well, my next book is The New Golden Age Special Edition. This was really cool. Like, not gonna lie. So it starts off like it all has to do with Helena Wayne, and then there's like they call him the Stranger, but he's kind of like Sandman, like Morpheus Sandman. And then it hops through time, so you get to see like the moment where they're taking the Justice League of America photo around the table, and they're all kind of talking about stuff, and they make Dr. Fate tell everybody how many kids they're gonna have. and the helmet goes nuts. And then it fast forwards to like 3022, where it's the new Justice Society in the future, and like someone dies, and it is an amazing death scene. Like I was like, holy shit, was not expecting that. Then it goes back to Paskin, then it's like a mid part. And like Power Girl and Starman come in, and they're just like, hey, we're gonna go do this thing and beat this guy up, and they're like, please don't. And then it goes to the current Dr. Fate guy, like the Egyptian kid.
Mhm.
And he like is trying to get into this magic club with Detective Chimp, but they won't let Detective Chimp in because he doesn't have shoes. And it just kind of goes around and around and around. It talks about a Red Lantern from the time of the Justice Society, which I was like, really? That exists? There's a cool moment where Helena Wayne realizes her dad is Batman because he walks in a room and she stabs him in the side, and he's like, I'm Batman. And then she just goes, does mom know? Because that's Helena Wayne, who is Catwoman and Bruce's child. There's a lot of Dr. Fate in this. If you're into Dr. Fate, you should check this out. So Justin, you need to read this book. And then there's a bunch of like, it even has Watchmen stuff in here, which is cool.
Huh.
Yeah. So then it cuts to like it shows you a bunch of like good guy, like heroes from there, and bad guys like the Red Lantern. Mr. Miracle's going to be in here. Salem the Witch Girl, the Boom, who is the girl, like the speedster girl, which is weird because she has short hair. But then there's also samplers from Wesley Dobbs' Sandman, which is really good. This preview was real good. Jay Garrick Flash #1 preview, which is also good, where the Boom is his sidekick. So he gets a Wally West basically. The art in it looks amazeballs. Trying to see. Let me see if I can see who did that real quick. Diego Olortigue, the artist. Jeremy Adams is the writer. Anyway, the art is phenomenal. The Green Lantern Alan Scott preview though was super cool, and it's keeping in the theme of Alan Scott was gay. So it works out for the book, works out for the continuity. I really enjoyed it. I am giving this, oh man, full on English breakfast and a cup of coffee.
English.
That's because old people eat the English breakfast. So, and this is Silver
Age. The golden age.
Or the golden age. Yeah. So, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. So
you could have went with pudding or something. It's like it's so old that old people have to eat pudding for breakfast.
It's like no. I mean, I could just do steak and eggs because that's probably a golden age.
That would fit the timeline.
There you go. Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. There we go.
Black coffee. That's all you
There we go. Yeah.
So it was very, very good.
Maybe
check
it out.
It's like 4 books in one, which is the cool part. It's huge and it's only $4.99.
That's
so
nice.
Yeah. It was worth the money if you're into like the Justice Society of America. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it. Check it out.
All right, we got the Masters of the Universe, the Forge of Destiny. I totally forgot that you did #1, but
oh, I'm aware.
Well, I caught up, so I read both, and I'm like, oh, okay. So where it left off from 1 is the Eternians are getting attacked by the Gar. They still don't know why. There's no clue. And of course, Adam turns into He-Man and he's trying to help everybody and he's trying to keep the peace. Dash is still in the coma. And his mother sits there and does the whole mourning, she's crying and, I guess the wanted of Adam for this horrendous crime that he committed, he's being framed for by Skeletor and Evil Lyn. Excuse me. Is still going on. Evil Lyn and Skeletor are fighting over the artifact that they stole off of Dash. Well, that they had Dash steal. Basically, Evil Lyn wants to kind of one up Skeletor. So Skeletor has the artifact and he goes off and is trying to do something. He doesn't tell Evil Lyn anything. Evil Lyn goes and with magic wakes up Dash using that's basically the end of the book. This is a lot of there's a good section of this book with the mourning period of Dash and his mother. So it's a little boring, but it's progressing with the story. It's a lot of laying the foundation of what's coming next. I don't mind this. I like it. It works well so far. I'm taking a wild guess this is like an alternative universe, by the way, from the first book that it gave, that this isn't like the OG He-Man that we know and love. This is a different universe altogether. So, but I'll give this like a solid. I'll give this like dippy eggs with English muffin and orange juice.
Interesting.
It's
no, I'm saying interesting
good.
Dippy eggs with an English muffin. That's like something you don't ever see together.
Oh,
why would you dip the English muffin?
Oh, like you dip it in the egg. You dip it in
the
but
egg. It's usually toast because toast is bigger than English muffin.
Yeah, but you get the crevices that the dippy goes into. It's good. It's good stuff. I used to eat it when I was a kid. It's good like that. But no, this is fine. It's like I said, I want to see where this is going. So we'll see.
Cool. All right. I guess now we're going to talk about Mando. Or not Mando. Woo! Sorry. It's been a long day.
Well, first and foremost, like the series overall, a hell of a lot better than Boba Fett. Like, grand scheme of things overall, better storytelling. I will totally give it that. Better storytelling and world building. Like, I am down for that.
I don't know if I would say that. I would say that I think the world building I can agree with, because it's world building in the sense of like there was really like there's only one other episode with Ahsoka in it at all, right?
Yeah.
And that was in the second season of Mando. Like, Boba Fett had a lot of Mando stuff in it. So it just they were more fluid in how they built this, I think. And to me, like, I thought the directorial stance of this was more consistent and well done than pretty much any of the other stuff, to be honest. Like, I like this almost as much as I like Mando, like
Season
one.
1.
No, I didn't actually like season 1. I like season 2 better because season 1 was very, where the fuck is the story going?
Yeah.
The reason I think I like this was because a lot of it was, it felt like I was just watching someone play a video game. Like it felt very video game.
This felt more like the movies too. Like, am I wrong about this? This felt more epic.
I don't think so. I think it felt more like a video game than a movie.
But it felt better than the Mando series, where Mando was more, it was more television made, like the way they clipped it, the way everything was, the settings and everything. It felt a little bit more television, made for television, than I think Ahsoka. You probably could have made a damn movie out of this, and it probably would have did damn well. But
I don't know, like, so there were parts that I thought were kind of throwaway, and then there were parts that I thought were a little too, like, oh, you're doing that because, like, everybody else is doing it the same, like doing that kind of stuff. So, like for instance, Hera is like barely fucking used, like at all. Like, I'm like, you have Mary Elizabeth Winstead in this, and you're barely going to use that character. Cool. I mean, I never saw the cartoons though, so
I think she was in a big part. The problem is it's more of a, again, kind of going back to, it's more Jedi-esque than
well, it was like, we're gonna have three episodes where Hera is important, 3 or 4 episodes, and then we're now gonna replace her with Ezra, and we're gonna completely just forget about Hera. Like, and it was just super weird.
I don't think they're gonna do
that was
that.
weird. I thought that part was weird. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just thought it was weird. But overall, I think it was a very well done show. Like I said, it felt like a video game, like a video game story. So I think it flowed really well.
Can you see a season 2 out of this? Because I can see a season 2 out of this.
Well, they have to, because like they still have to explain where they were. Well, okay, so
where the First Order came from, and all that happy
spoiler shit. Time. We're gonna talk about spoilers now. So if you don't want to hear this, turn your shit off. Okay, so we have to find where Thrawn is to have the, like, where Thrawn ends up, so, and what part he plays in the First Order, right? And then and then, so if Ezra's back with the rebellion, where the hell are him and Hera during the sequel trilogy? Do Ahsoka and Hu Yang and Sabine get off the planet, and like, do they just go back into another Star Whale and go to town? Like what's, just like pray they get back? Because I thought that was kind of shitty at the end, where she's just like, no, we're here now, and I'm just like, didn't you get there by a Star Whale? Just get in a fucking Star Whale and go home. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but they were being shot at and everything, and, well, not shot at. There was that landmines and stuff. So we don't know if they're going to ever come back. Again, they're considered super rare anomalies. They're not. You're not. Oh, it's like they're all over the place here. No, that's not the way it's supposed to go.
Like, dude, just do it. Just get in a whale. We all know the whales are going there to die anyway. I'm sure one will take you home real quick. Like, there were parts where I was just like, meh, but it ended well, and it stuck the landing. It just was kind of like, really, and like, like, or okay, so here are the things that I'm going to say that are going to be very controversial for people. So
that's where you're gonna get
fact,
you're gonna get the nasty comments on YouTube.
right. So the fact that the season had to have, and I mean, I loved it, but it had to go, oh, well, we've done all this other stuff where we've brought like people in from all the past stuff. We did it with Spider-Man. We did it with Doctor Strange. We did it with The Flash. We're gonna bring Hayden Christensen back, and we're just gonna
Come
have him do
on,
this thing.
that's
but I liked it for the story. The way they did it in the story was well done. The way, like, and I don't think they did it just to do it.
Yeah,
they did it because
it fit. It was part of the
Unlike
narrative.
Spider-Man 3, where they couldn't think of a good idea for the movie, so they had to be like, "Oh, we're gonna bring back the other." So, then they're like, "You know what else worked really well? Zombies. Let's make zombies." So,
okay, I agree. That was kind
of. Like, are you fucking kidding me? There's zombie fucking stormtroopers. Like seriously? Like what the fuck is this? It was so
what the
weird.
Next Hasbro figure is going to be. The next HasLab. It's going to be the tower with a bunch of the zombie troopers. That's what the next HasLab is going to be.
Can't wait for my 501st friends to be like, "Look at my zombie trooper."
Look at this one. I painted the little gold face thing onto one. Ooh.
I do like that they're bringing Dothmir into play.
Yes.
Like, I hope.
Yes.
I really hope, and I don't know if he's dead or not by then, because again, I didn't watch the cartoons. If Darth Maul's dead yet,
he is still alive according to the. If you're going like all the canon stuff, he lives long enough to fight Kenobi when Kenobi was like late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, then he's dead white hair. Well, yeah, but he's dead by this then.
Oh, yeah.
Kenobi's long gone.
Yeah, so he's probably.
So, but it would have been cool to see Darth Maul or like really old man Darth Maul. Maybe we will. Who knows?
Oh, he was really old when he faced Kenobi, from what you could tell. So, again, this is where my knowledge of watching the cartoon series is. There is a battle with them.
Well, I know he has like spider legs for a while, and then he gets like real legs. He's almost like Pinocchio. He's like, I'm a real boy. Yeah. But I think it's cool that they're doing Dothmir. I thought it was cool that they used the sisters. Yes. I liked Thrawn. I like that Lars Mikkelsen is Thrawn. Yeah.
He even brings up the whole he points out the obvious thing of every general, admiral, guy in leadership in the Empire underestimated the rebellion and the Jedi, and look what happened, so it'll be really interesting. I honestly, what I'd love to do is get Ahsoka season 2, but I would really like to see some sort of spin-off with Thrawn in his own series, like a bad guy based series. I would love to know, watch his calculating evilness go on for 8 episodes. I can watch that. I find him fascinating, considering he has no Jedi powers whatsoever. All he does is he's a really good general that's really cunning. That's it. He's got nothing else.
Did you know that one of the sister witches is the Borg Queen from Picard?
No.
Yeah, I just found that out. Pretty sweet.
There you
go. So, but yeah, overall, I give it an 8.5 out of 9.
I'd probably go around the same route. Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah.
I have to say, so far, other than the first couple seasons of The Mandalorian, this is probably like second or third best Star Wars series that the Disney Plus shows have done so far. Not counting Marvel. I'm just talking Star Wars.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think my favorite Star Wars show actually was Obi-Wan. Because I never finished Andor, although I heard it was really good. Like, I agree though. This is probably top 2, if not top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
And then Mando season 2, I really liked. Actually, I like season 3 kind of too. But season 1 to me was weird because it was just kind of like where the fuck is this show going?
Well, I think that's what made it good though, because we didn't know where it was going. So,
but it took a little too long, and I really don't like Grogu as a character. He's purely there to get your significant others and children to watch,
which is fine because it's Star Wars. They want to include everybody.
Why they nerfed Groot?
But another series that came out this week that I watched, since you always talk about the Star Wars stuff, was they did a new Castlevania spin-off series.
Yeah.
And it is really good. And it's only the part 1, I guess. And it's only 8 episodes. I finished watching it. If you love that first series of Castlevania, you're gonna like this too. Solid.
Like the black, white, and red animated one?
No, it's not black, white, red. Castlevania?
Yeah, like the one that was on Netflix?
Yeah. Yes. It's not black, white, and red. It's color. It's color.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
You just see a lot of red because there is a lot of gore.
No, I didn't watch a lot of it. I didn't really like the animation, so I'm not really into animation.
Well, but
I know
for the video gamers who are a big Castlevania, and they love the original story. This is years later. Like, this is happening during the French Revolution. So now you're in 1700s Europe.
So it's not Simon Belmont. Which Belmont would it be?
It is Richter Belmont.
Oh.
And it's solid. Like, it's a solid concept, solid bad guy. New good guys. It's really, really good. Because all the new characters are going through pains of their own. A lot about slavery, because one of the heroes is a slave from the Americas that travels to Europe to help stop these vampires. But it's a solid story. I really liked it. I can't wait for part 2. So this is only part 1. So we'll see how where it gets in. Netflix is doing parts of seasons now, and it irritates the shit out of me. But it's Netflix. It's going to. Although again, I'm going to say, shame on you, Netflix. Apparently they're going to raise their rates again. And this time they're blaming it on the writer's strike. They're saying, because the writers are going to make money, we're going to jack up your subscriptions. So all I got to say is, I hope you greedy CEOs stop this. You're going to lose a ton of money when people stop using your product. That's all I got to say on that one.
It hasn't happened yet. But I caught The Boys Gen V, the first 3 episodes. Holy crap, was it? It was very boys-ish, not quite as sexualized because it's like college kids. But there's definitely a shrinking person who is totally hanging onto a penis and punching balls. It was quite entertaining. So if you're waiting for that season 4 to come out,
yes, season 4.
Make sure you check out Gen V on Amazon.
Yes,
it's
it's that, and I love the animated boys thing that they did. That was fun.
Diabolical. Yeah, that was
yes, really I thought that was excellent.
All right.
Yeah, so if you're always looking for something, since we kind of going through we are going to hit that lull of, oh crap, there's nothing on television or nothing on streaming, you know.
Also because of the writer's strike.
Yes. Although, you know, again, congratulations on all these writers getting their jobs, getting exactly what they wanted. They said they got like 90%, over 90% of what they were asking is being given to them, which you never hear in a strike. So good on them. Good on them. So,
all right. Well, I have another meeting to get to in 10 minutes, so we're going to wrap this up.
Hey,
thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you go check out your local shop. Make sure you check out our waterfront store on Saturday for the anniversary sale. Follow us on social media. Follow us personally on social media, and
yeah, come and find us. We're not that hard to find. So,
all right, cool guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and we'll give you the full New York review.
Yep.
Cool. Enjoy your break, guys. Thanks.